What's up guys, my name is Alan Hines. Today we are starting a new video series where we try out drifty stuff on video games. For today I'm going to start off with a mod on Assetto Corsa. It's called the Downsyde Garage S15, and for now we'll just do a few mods every now and then, but I do plan on doing trying to drift in other video games. So don't really have an idea of what I'm going to call it. This video series, I'm thinking something like a drifter tries or something. Either way, we'll come up with a solution. Maybe you guys can come up with an idea for a name of this series. Anyway, today we are trying out the Downsyde Garage Nissan S15. I picked this mod because I recently came across it in my newsfeed on the Assetto Corsa groups that I am in, and I decided to try it out. I don't believe I've driven one of their cars before. That was at the start of this year, or last year should I say. So yeah, this mod is certainly their newer ones, and initial impressions, it looks actually awesome. So as you can see, this S15, it's got a really fancy body kit. It looks really nice, completely Japanese styling. Reading the documents about the car, it's got a 1JZ engine, it's got a fancy Nissan 350Z gearbox, and yeah, it's just a cool looking car. So let's have a look in the setup here. So it has two different tires, it seems. I believe obviously one of these must be grippier than the other ones. I'll have to test that out. It has ABS enabled, which I don't think ABS is a good thing for drifting, so I'm going to disable that. But we have turbo control, so we'll try it at 60, but I might up it to 100 later. But just skimming through this setup looks pretty good. It doesn't look to be unrealistic. It seems to be that this mod has the intention of having a realistic style car. So realistic style engine, realistic style gearbox. Just a very basic common drift car. Base setup here looks pretty solid. Dampers look okay. Differential is fine. Brake bias probably a little high for a street car, but it's good. And yeah, other than that, it's pretty solid. Right, so let's go in, let's give it a drive, and let's see what it's like. Okay. So raise up 2 watts, 7,500, which is normal for 1J. Stick it in here. Brakes are a little touchy. If you guys are wondering, we're on the airport drift track, it's called. I like this track because it's got a lot of different combinations of layouts and high-speed corner, low-speed corners with elevation and stuff. And this car, man, this is initially really good. Super easy to drive, kind of really consistent. By flicking through here. Oh, too much there. We kind of live in a day-to-day in Assetto where there's a lot of mixed mods and style mods, so it's kind of cool to see something down to earth, I suppose, in terms of build and stuff. The car feels really solid. Feels like how a Nissan Silvia drift car feel like. Certainly street style kind of practice car at least. About the second gear, nice and easy. Yeah, really simple and easy to drive. Not really that difficult to drift at all. Which I think people need to realise that's how drift cars are. They're not meant to be hard to drift. They need to be easy. A lot of people think for it to be realistic it has to be hard to drive, which is completely incorrect. Drifting is a very simple thing to learn and understand once you know, once you get the car sideways, which is actually the hardest part of drifting. So it's kind of refreshing to see how easy this car is to drive. I'll have to have a look at the suspension layout here in Assetto, see what it's like. See if it's actually not a Formula 1 car underneath. Which I doubt it is, it doesn't seem to be. So I was reading up on some information in this car. It's got a few different sound files, which is nice, something refreshing. So if you don't like this style 6-cylinder sound, you can change it to something else. I haven't really looked into it much. While we're talking about that, I think what we'll do, change the other tires and try those tires. The other thing too is that you actually can change whether if this car is 900-degree steering or 1080-degree steering, which is certainly something different. Right, throw this car in. Ooh, a bit less grippier than the other tires for sure. Super easy to drift though. So yeah, you can change between different rotation of steering wheels, which is not a bad thing actually, because some mods on Assetto, or Assetto in general, if you run 1080-degree steering on a 900-degree car, it makes it very vague to drive sometimes, and makes the steering wheel skip your hands. Definitely braking there. It's kind of hard to describe it, what it does, but yeah, if you have like a Trustmaster steering wheel, you'll have a 1080-degree steering or Fanatec or something like that. They have two different data files that you can try out, which is kind of cool. At least I think there is anyway. Oh, we'll see. This car's fun. Let do everything you want it to actually. Try to do a backwards entry here in a second up the top of this hill. Okay, let's go out of here. Third gear. Fourth gear, reduce slightly the weight transfer. Okay, that wasn't really backwards. That was absolutely a terrible attempt at a backwards entry. Put a wheel on the grass. Pick it over the bump. Alright. Go on this corner with first speed as possible. Fourth gear, flick. Oh, rip, we're dead. We're dead. I think the car's still drivable, so we'll try the backwards entry again. And we'll check out the suspension file and close up the video. Fourth gear, flick. I shouldn't have downshifted the second. Well, it's not a bad attempt. Right, okay. So let's check out this file. So one of the more interesting things, as I mentioned earlier, that this car was super easy to drive. It was quite realistic to drive, should I say. One of the things in Assetto is that you can have, you know, a body of an S13 and have any physics you want underneath it. And it's an S13, or you could have, you know, a BMW E92 and you can have the physics of a truck underneath it, you know. You can kind of do whatever you want. So by using this developer app, we can check to see the layout of the suspension to see if it would be what it would be in the real car. Looking at it initially, it does look to be quite similar. So on the front here we do have a similar suspension layout as we would have in Silvia, Nissan S chassis for example. Looks quite similar. It's got the MacPherson strut. Rear here looks to be kind of spot on as well. Green lines here would be the tow arm, so change the position of the rear wheels. Looks to be a bit too low. Tow arm, the Silvia, but fortunately in the Assetto Corsa we kind of have to run a double wishbone setup anyway. It's not always going to be perfect, and that's the thing with Assetto Corsa, is that it's never going to be perfect. I don't think there's going to be any game that's going to have the perfect simulation of physics for a car. Probably suit, you know, 80% of the cars in the world, and I think that's the best job they did. So, overall, this mod is actually really, really good. I'd highly recommend it to anyone. I generally just drive quite quite a lot of simple mods like Assetto, World Drift Tour is a new mod that's released there last year. Another one was the Workshop image, which is made by the same people. But these guys, they've made some other stuff before. I've driven their Toyota Crest that they have, and that was a fun car to drive. So I highly recommend the mods from these guys. They're pretty good, super fun to drive, and it's definitely one of the better mods in the Assetto Corsa for drifting it. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and stay up to date with all these type of videos that I'm going to be trying to push out in the next coming months. Yeah, if you have any suggestions of mods on Assetto you'd like me to try, or if there's any games you'd like me to try and drift on and give my input on, put them down below and I'll give it a shot. And if you have a name for this video series, or just what I should be calling all these videos, let me also know. Let me know down also below, and yeah, I'll be sure to read it. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys soon.